All right, so we're looking at what would be our chapter 4. We're doing kind of a pre-practice test as a review for a nice Friday. Don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, leave a good comment. All right, so we're given these polynomials. We're supposed to put them in standard form. That means highest first. X to the third, 4x squared, and then minus 3x. Okay, now the degree, this is of the third degree. This is a trinomial, okay, because there's 3 terms. Now, is this degree even or odd? Well, this is odd, okay? That also answers the question, is the polynomial even or odd? Okay, leading coefficient is positive, okay? That means our f of x on the left side, because remember our graph looks like this, it goes to negative infinity, and this is infinity, infinity. Okay, so remember that was on that chart we had. I think it was Monday that we looked at that. But that's kind of how that goes. Okay, lots of points right there in the first problem. What's if what's negative? It's okay. That means if it's negative, if you remember from that chart, that looks like this. That means that f of x or our y would go to infinity as x goes to negative infinity. Then our y would go negative infinity as x goes to infinity. Okay. All right. Number 2 looks super hard. Standard form looks like this. It's of the 4th degree, and it's a binomial because there's 2 terms. This is an even, and it's positive. Okay, that means this graph looks something similar to like a W. Okay, yes. It's a binomial because there's 2 terms. All right, now both of these y's or f of x's go to infinity as x goes to negative infinity and positive infinity. Okay, what color was that handout for that had that chart? Was it purple? Very good. That's not purple. No. Listen, I might have 3 different shades of purple handouts, but that's not it. All right, so combining like terms. Okay, that is the only one to the 3rd power. Okay, squared and squared. So what is 5 plus 2? 7. And then just this negative 3. All right. Over here, here's our thirds. Now, remember, this is 1a to the 3rd minus negative a to the 3rd. Well, minus negative is plus a positive, so 5a to the 3rd. This is negative 2a squared minus 3a squared. Okay, so it's negative 5a squared. All right. Okay. Now, over here, we only have these 2 to the third. So 2 plus 5, this is 7 n to the third. 4 plus 2, 6. Negative 3 n to the third minus 3 n to the third. This is negative 6 n to the third. Okay. Plus 4n minus 4n. Those cancel. We just have one term. We actually have a monomial. Um, um, you know, again, I'm thinking about trimming this down a little bit and adding some more combining like terms in the number 1 and 2. Not like adding more problems, just changing those problems so you have to combine like terms. That way, you know, because there's a lot of overlap between part 1 and part 2 when you're putting stuff in standard form, because you have to combine the like terms, standard form, stuff like that. Okay. All right. Part 3, you can cut it like this and do like a triple distributive property, or you could do a box method if you wanted to. There's multiple ways to do this one. Okay. Well, this would be 12 n to the third. I know that's going to be the only n to the third. Minus 8n squared minus 12n squared. So this is negative 20n squared minus 8n plus 30n minus 20. Okay. So and we have two multiplications, and then we have two synthetic divisions. Okay. All right. Working on this next one. Well, I would do this first. I would actually distribute this one. So I would have 10x minus 1. Okay, and then I would actually do the double distributive property. Yeah, it is minus 5. Thank you. I just caught that. I didn't have my thinking face on. That was the issue. Okay. So this is 40x squared plus 10x minus 20x minus 5. So 40x squared minus 10x minus 5. Okay. What part are you not understanding? Which color or which number? I'm talking to you. You're sitting there going, okay, are you sure? Or are you just, yes. Okay, well, we had a positive 10x right here. We had a negative 5 times 4, which is negative 20. Yeah, combined like terms. Yeah. Yeah, kind of crazy. Now, since we do have these multiplications with the combined like terms, that would actually give me a way to trim down those other two add and subtract things. Okay. All right. What would really spice up my YouTube videos? Oh, a goose. Okay. All right. So remember, synthetic division. We do the opposite of this. Put it in the timeout box. Okay. Our values goes x squared, x, and constant. So we don't have to add a 0 or anything. Remember, we dropped the first one. All right. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4. So this will give us 3. Then negative 2 times 3 is negative 6, gives us 5. So our final answer on this, because we started with the x squared, this would be just 2x plus 3, remainder 5. All right. So again, if we are starting, it's the opposite of plus 3, so minus 3 goes here. This goes 3, 2, 1, none. So we don't have to add a 0. We just take these coefficients. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. This gives us 2. Okay. Negative 3 times 2, negative 6, which gives us 5. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15, which actually gives us a remainder of 0. Okay, so when we're writing this, you could write it a couple ways if you wanted to. You could write it like this or this way. You don't have to put the remainder 0. If you just do because that's how you learn, then you do that. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Ugh, a little Flemish. All right. Now, factor completely. Okay. The first thing we have to do is find the cube roots of both of these terms. Well, the cube root of x to the third is x. The cube root of 64 is 4. Then we plug it into that form. Okay. Well, this would look like such. x plus 4 times x squared minus 4x plus 16. Okay, because this ended up being, hang on, I don't know what I'm trying to write here. Remember, we had that formula that looked like this, where we would have a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Okay, that was on those notes. Okay, that might be something good to write down on that orange sheet come Monday for Tuesday's test. By the way, if you don't have me, I'm sorry, but I'll let them have like a legal cheat sheet type thing. Kind of like a reference page on the ACT. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now for this one, now I know some of y'all might have been thinking, he didn't give us a problem like this. Well, that's correct. I didn't. But you should have still known. I don't know what's going on my webcam. Well, I have to record my face because it's amazing. Why are y'all laughing? Remember, all right, so the cube root of 8 is actually 2. The cube root of 27 is actually 3. So in this form, it would be a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Well, if we plug it in, plug it in, plug it in. All right, so I'm actually going to have to square 2x. I'm going to have 2x times 3 plus 3 squared. Okay, well, when I clean this up, well, 2x, all of that to the second power is 4x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, some of you are like, wow, should have been paying attention more during class. Or, wow, maybe I need to go back and look at those videos that teach me how to do stuff. Or, wow, I'm really tired. Thank goodness we're having another review day on Monday. All right. Yes. All right. So, remember for this is all calculator work. That's why it's only worth 2 points. We have to do the opposite of minus 2, which is 2. And on these, this is if we get a 0, it's a yes. If we don't get a 0, it's a no. Okay. All right. We get -3. It's a no. Okay. Like, if that thing keeps blinking. All right. Huh? No. What day is it? I'm close Tuesday also. No. All right. To the fourth plus 10 to negative 2 to the third plus 21 negative 2 squared plus 6 negative 2 minus 8. All right. Typed it all in. I actually get 0. So this is a yes. Okay. Yeah, I've not to sound like I'm harping on you or picking on you individually, but I've said that statement multiple times in class. Okay, sure. All right. That's right, because somebody told me that I'm their math security blanket. Probably a lot of people. Wouldn't that be funny if people actually had a blanket with my face on it and you like brought it with you to class? What's on your blanket? It's my math teacher. He's the bestest. All right. This would go to 0. I would go ahead and start factoring. This positive tells us these signs are the same. The negative in front of the 7 tells us they're both negative. Now, what are the factors of 10 that combine to give you 7? Whew. Yes, 5 and 2. And now, remember, we were talking about this where we would cut it. It's each of these. What's going to make each of these things 0? And again, the order that you put the numbers don't matter. Okay, so the actual answer for that is 052. Bless you. Okay, because remember, it's the opposite of what's in the parentheses. All right. If we do this one, okay, well, I would factor out a 2 from everything, and then an x to the fourth. Okay, so 2x to the fourth. All this equals 0. So I'm left with x squared minus 12x plus yeah, 32. Okay, now what two numbers, when we multiply them, we get 32, but when we combine them, we get 12. 4 and 8. Okay, and remember, if we cut these, well, we would get a 0, a 4, and an 8. That was the GCF. Kind of like how I factored out an X in the one beforehand. Now, kind of important that you, on 17 and 18, golly, I don't know why I'm yawning. Because those actually help you for the last two. Huh? Yep, it's yawning. Now, so the roots that we had for 17 was 0, 2, and 5. For 18 was 0, 4, and 8. So if I'm looking right here, let's eliminate which ones. Well, this has a negative. Well, B and C are both out because that actually has a negative root. Okay. This, if we look, it's at 0, skips a line, add a line, skips a line. Okay. So this one actually goes by twos right here. So this is actually like 2, 4, 6, 8. So the answer for 20 is A. That would mean the answer for 19, because this is at 0, 2, and 5, would be D. Okay. Now, as far as those graphs, could y'all, do they need to be a little bit darker? Did they print okay? Yeah. What lines in the background? Got you. Okay. So I'll work on that. All right. So that's all for today's review. Not too bad. Could be worse. I can always make it worse. And remember, I got the weekend to be evil. Okay. All right. Don't forget, hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.